Good Tuesday morning. Thanks for tuning in to the HB Neal Tuesday Morning Show. This is Gulf Coast Weather Solutions taking a look at the Tamco Live Doppler radar this morning. It is awfully quiet, not much going on. Now, once the sun started coming up, we see some radar noise, likely some birds or some bugs over there towards the central Texas region in the sunset hours. You can really see lots of bats going on their radar, making for a lot of radar noise. So there's definitely some type of bugs or birds probably doing something there. But other than that, it is awfully quiet this morning. Not much going on. We've got some clouds, but other than that, we are muggy. All the showers and thunderstorms are mainly towards our northeast into parts of Tennessee Valley into Mississippi, but nothing going on here locally. It is a quiet start once again this morning. Taking a look at the satellite and radar sponsored by Tamco Hellguard Beyond Class 4, you can see there is some action going on into parts of getting into the Abilene region that will eventually get near the Red River, but we're going to see a chance for that front that you see. That's going to give a chance for some severe weather. We'll talk about that later in the show into parts of southeast Oklahoma, into East Texas, Arkansas, northern Louisiana. We'll talk a little bit more on that. Some of that could sneak into our northern counties and parishes. Won't be anything severe, but it could bring some rain, and we'll dive into that here in a second. Look how warm it is in the Lone Star State, Louisiana, Mississippi, and even parts of Arkansas. We're in the 70s, sneaking into the upper 70s, very warm and humid. Further north that you go behind the front, they're in the 30s and the 40s over there into Wichita. So a big difference from the north and the south. We are definitely warm and humid, which we are this time of year. And this is thanks to our sponsor of Do Good Credit Union, showing us that big temperature difference across the region. But look at us zooming in. It is very warm this morning into the middle to mainly into the upper 70s thanks to Neutron Electrical Services. Like we talked yesterday, I'm sure the air conditioners definitely are working overtime last night and again this morning because we are still into the 70s, already in the upper 70s. Not a bad forecast for today. It's going to be mostly dry. Passing shower again is possible, just not enough to disrupt anything. Thanks to modern concrete material, a really nice Tuesday is in store for us. We're going to warm up fast. We already are warm, but we're going to get into the mid 80s by this afternoon, eventually topping out into the upper 80s to low 90s. We're going to be dealing with some clouds. That's really going to be the biggest thing that we're going to see. Some big-time storms up there is possible for East Texas, getting very warm, humid, got lots of energy. You toss in some wind shear, some strong damaging winds, large hail. Not going to rule out an isolated tornado threat this afternoon, this evening in parts of East Texas. But the big story is that we're going to start seeing some rounds of showers and even some thunderstorms here locally. Can start on Wednesday, pretty good coverage on Wednesday. Then we do it again on Thursday as that front kind of hangs around our region, giving us another round. But the big story is going to be the next front that moves into our region really as we get into Friday. This is going to bring widespread showers and thunderstorms to the Lone Star State, but definitely towards our region. 80% coverage. By Saturday morning, here we are getting in around 9, 10 o'clock. This is all moving out. By 2 o'clock, this is well east of Lake Charles. Cooler, drier air moving into our region. So once we get this pushed out by Saturday morning, a really nice forecast is set up for Saturday, rest of Saturday and Sunday. Slightly cooler temperatures, kicked out the humidity. Maybe we kick out some love bugs, and then we have a nice forecast for the rest of the weekend, even getting into early next week as well, too. We start warming up early next week again, but we'll take this cold front. It's a late front. We know it's not going to last too long, but hey, at least it makes for a nice weekend. Again, here's the severe storms that we're going to be watching for later this afternoon, mainly this evening, into parts of East Texas, southeast Oklahoma, Arkansas, northern Louisiana. We're going to watch those East Texas storms because they will try their best to trickle down towards Lufkin, Jasper, DeRidder, the Toledo Bend region. Again, this shouldn't be anything severe, but it could bring some rain later on this evening, or really tonight, getting into the overnight hours. This should not make it to Houston, Beaumont, Lake Charles, but coverage does pick up once we get into Wednesday. So here's a Futurecast sponsored by Do Good Credit Union. Onshore flow definitely kicking right now, mostly dry today, but there's those storms we'll be watching later on this evening and tonight in East Texas. Again, they're going to try their best to kind of get into our what we call the Lakes region later on tonight. Don't think they'll be severe, but it could bring some scattered rain. Not going to make it towards Houston, Beaumont, and Lake Charles. But here we are Wednesday morning, already seeing some storms firing up in the Brazos Valley region near College Station, Madisonville. But watch as we get into Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday evening. I mean, this is pretty good coverage of rain. Might need to increase the coverage, but pretty active towards Conroe, Woodlands, Houston, getting here in Beaumont, Jasper, even into Lake Charles, Wednesday afternoon and Wednesday evening. Could see some isolated pockets of 1 to 2 inches on Wednesday evening. Then we get into Thursday, kind of do the same thing all over again. So here we are with the rainfall outlook. Not too bad. I mean, today is going to be mostly dry. That 20% is mainly this evening. We could see a passing shower. We will watch for the Toledo Bend regions later this evening. But if we get into Wednesday and Thursday, look how we jump up. We just showed Wednesday looks pretty active. But our best bet's going to be on Friday afternoon, Friday evening into early Saturday morning as that front moves through. When it's all said and done, we could see widespread 1 to 2 inches of rain with some isolated pockets getting slightly higher. Thanks to Switch Electric, we can show you that rainfall outlook. And here we are. We've been talking about the rain all staying north of us. We're going to be doing that in the next day or so. But just notice we're starting to see the rainfall totals are going a little bit further south. That just means that cold front's starting to come in play. We're starting to see the potential for 1 to 2 inches of rain between now and Saturday. And we'll see if some isolated spots get a little bit higher. Here's going to be our afternoon high temperatures today. It's going to be warm. It's already warm. Going to get into the middle 80s. Several areas in the upper 80s to low 90s down towards the coast. You're going to be flirting with the upper 70s, introducing 80s like Galveston, Cameron Parish, Louisiana. Again, it's going to be mostly dry, but we will watch tonight. Jasper, Newton, Hemphill, St. Augustine, Leesville. We'll watch, see if some scattered rain moves into the region. All the severe storms are going to be well towards our north today. Big stories, just got a warm day today. Thanks for sponsor Silsbee Ford. Get you one. Overnight tonight, I think we got to go a little bit higher in some of those temperatures like Beaumont, Silsbee. But again, we mainly will be into the 70s, mid-70s, upper 70s. Far towards the north, if you do get the rain, you can get into the upper 60s, but the rest of the region, we stay mostly in the 70s. And then here's an early look on Sunday. I don't know why it's showing rain there. There's not going to be any rain Sunday. I apologize for that. Just take a look at the temperatures. That's what we're taking a look there. Let's go ahead and take this graphic out because that just annoys me. Let me go ahead and sneak that out of here. There we go. You're going to see the temperatures on Sunday. We can get into our northern counties into the upper 40s. The rest of the I-10 corridor down into the low 50s. Even down towards the coast can get into the 50s and 60s as well, too. Here's our 7-day forecast for southeast Texas. This is really the last day of mostly dry conditions because rain chances pick up Wednesday and Thursday, especially on Friday as that front moves in. Slightly cooler temperatures this weekend. Looks pretty dry after the storms move out on Saturday morning. Still will be breezy on Saturday behind that front, but not a bad forecast by any means this weekend. We'll take any time we have slightly cooler temperatures. Same thing for southwest Louisiana. This is the last day for mostly dry conditions because anything outdoor and construction-wise is going to be kind of iffy Wednesday through early Saturday morning. Got a front coming in on Friday, pushes out the rain by Saturday morning, and pretty nice conditions. Will be breezy this weekend, but not bad conditions. If you haven't yet, please go download the free Gulf Coast Weather Solutions app. It will keep you updated. Again, it's going to be a warm day, mostly dry. There's a chance for a passing shower. That coverage that you see is mainly for this evening. Towards our northern counties and parishes, we will keep to see how long those storms really do hold. Shouldn't hold too long. But other than that, y'all have a wonderful Tuesday. I will see y'all again Wednesday morning. We'll still have more posts throughout the day today. But y'all please have a wonderful Tuesday morning. And thanks again for tuning in to Gulf Coast Weather Solutions.
Gulf Coast Weather Solutions is sponsored by
At Gulf Coast Weather Solutions, we focus on delivering reliable weather forecasts. Our new app provides reliable weather updates and alerts no matter where you are. With real-time weather alerts and warnings, you can stay informed and prepared wherever you go. Download the Gulf Coast Weather Solutions app today on the App Store and Google Play and stay connected no matter where you are.